Yeah, I know. My sister has her license now, which is weird because she's younger than me. And it's just, she's like, okay, I guess I'm driving you places. I'm like, yeah, can you give me a ride?
Well, it's like you have a private.
I do. Which happens to be my little sister, which was supposed to be the other way around. I was supposed to get my license first and then drive her around. That never happened.
Okay, so
Oh my god, sorry.
welcome to Creative with Purpose, Mikyla. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm nervous.
Oh, me too. Over time, like even this is like the 8th episode that I did, and I still getting nervous.
You got be consistent with it. It's really awesome.
Ah, thank you so much. It's also thanks to all the people, thanks to you. Like, so thank you so much for being part of this.
Of course.
And well, I actually met you on set.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I remember. And I want to ask you what pulled you toward acting?
Oh my gosh. There are so many things, but I think the biggest reason that acting always just like I just felt like I had to pursue it in some way is the idea of I'm very much a rule follower. I like to color inside the lines. I like to follow the rules. It makes me nervous to not do that. And so with acting, if you find a character that, let's say, she wants to murder somebody, I could never murder anybody. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't care what the reasons are. I don't care if it's justified. I personally could not commit murder. But if I'm living in a world where it's like, hey, you're playing this character and she does commit murder, it's like, ooh, okay. So then there's this switch, like I'm allowed to murder this person in this imaginary world. And I feel like that just makes me feel really free. Not necessarily with murder, but that's just an example. Just, any kind of character that I'm too afraid to be in real life, where I feel like it's not acceptable in real life, is really fun to get away with in an imaginary world.
Also, do you think acting can be cathartic?
Yeah. I think that's the definition of acting. Yeah, for sure.
Is there a character that has like taught you something about you that you didn't know?
I don't know if there's like a specific character yet that I've played that has done that for me, but I feel like the characters that I've played have been so different from each other that I learned that, okay, I have to break certain patterns that I make in my head when I'm rehearsing or when I'm getting dialogue down. Like I have to be Mikyla to a lot of degrees, but I also, for something like a murder, which I have played, I can't be Mikyla. There has to be some like evil voice inside my character's head that I'm applying. And so I feel like it's very, I don't know what the word is. It's really therapeutic.
Yeah. And now you are on a sitcom.
Yeah.
That's the other opposite, it's comedy, it's fun. Like, can you tell us like a small summary for people to go and watch?
Of SameBrain?
Yeah, I see it pretty still.
Yeah, okay, so SameBrainSkits is very inspired by I want to say like early 2000s sitcoms like How I Met Your Mother, South Park probably. It's oh my god, I'm so nervous because I love talking about this so much and it makes me so excited because I'm so happy to be a part of it. But I think the closest comparison would be How I Met Your Mother, because those guys,
yeah,
I'll say a reference from How I Met Your Mother and Alex would be like, that was season 5, episode 3, that was Barney, this is what was happening. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So, yeah, sorry, what was the question? I kind of got sidetracked.
Oh, no worries. Like a small summary
yeah, so it's basically 2 guys living in a dorm, and one of them is your stereotypical player. He's very much like a Joey Tribbiani. He's a Barney Stinson. And then the other one is kind of goody two shoes, more like he's the dean's son. And so it makes a really interesting dynamic when they share a room together. And I feel like everybody can relate. Everybody is either the bad roommate or the quote unquote good roommate. And they all have problems with their other one. I've had a roommate. I'm sure you've had a roommate.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. So enough said. Everybody can relate to it.
And you're doing this sitcom with all your friends.
Yeah.
How do you balance friendship and working together, especially when there are like disagreements?
Yeah. Well, the thing is yes, we're all friends, but at the end of the day, it's Alex and Silas's project. It's their baby, and they get last say no matter what. So if I pitch an idea, sometimes they'll take it and it's like, hey, that's great, but then other times they'll be like, we're not doing that, and then it's not personal. It's just for their vision of the story. It's not what they're going for. So as long as you don't like dwell on that and think, oh, they hate me, they hate my ideas, I'm horrible, then it's not that deep. But I mean, honestly, when we film in the dorm, it's we'll hang out for like 2 hours before we actually shoot anything. And we're like, hey guys, we gotta start, and then we goof off for another half an hour, and that's okay, we really gotta start. And then when we lock in, we lock in.
Yeah. Have you improvised any scene? Or
Gosh, all the time. I hate improvising.
oh, me too.
I hate improvising. It makes me so nervous because I'm like, it's like, hey, go. And
Yeah.
like this, right? So I really freeze, but they're good at improvising, and they just riff off of each other really well. But there will be a lot of times when we have a script. So every week, Alex and Silas will send out a script, or however often it is, and we'll get it. And then sometimes they're like the words are not Bible. Like, you don't have to stick to word to word to word. You can improv as you go, like whatever feels right. So for one of our episodes, it's called When the Door Next Door. When the girl next door has a crush on you.
Oh,
Okay, so that episode, there was when we were in, like, that was season 1, and my character and Kenzie's character, we didn't like each other, and we had gotten the script for this day, and I remember I said to them, I was like, okay, there has to be a reason why Mikyla doesn't like Kenzie. Like, I feel like we have to drop it now because it's been so long. Mikyla doesn't like her, and she's such a horrible roommate, but we need a reason why. So we all talked about it. We're like, okay, what if this was a thing? What if that was a thing? And then I don't know who said it, but it was kind of just, we all collectively came up with it together, and it was like, well, what if Kenzie told Alex that Mikyla used to have a crush on him? So we'll do stuff like that where, like, on the day of, we'll like talk about sometimes it'll be something that we do. We'll talk about, okay, how can this make more sense?
yeah.
Or sometimes we'll film something and it doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay, let's go around this a little bit. So yeah.
I love that process of like exploring and creating together. Do you have any favorite episode?
That one. Yeah, that one's my favorite. I love when your roommate, it's the one where Silas drinks this mushroom tea with hippie Emma, with British Emma, and then he goes to her house and they're really high, they're doing tarot card readings, and then Alex and I are talking about how I'm gonna speed date the entire dorm. I love that episode. That one was really.
Have you done tarot cards?
I have done tarot cards. I have, and I feel like I don't remember. Like, I'm not gospel about them, if that's the right word. Like, I'm not like, oh, this is, I don't know. They're fun to do. And then I did freak myself out once because I did do it and it was very accurate and it came true, and then I stopped because it's just too much power. I don't want this much power.
It'll send me the cut. Well, not. I'm not sure if I could like have it well.
Yeah.
You know. And well, also you did your fashion show. Congrats again. Thanks. So, if you could walk us through like what inspired you to do this fashion show?
I've always wanted to walk on the runway, on the catwalk, because I feel like, you watch those videos from the 90s of I can't remember her name, Shalom Harlow. She was a 90s supermodel, and she was like, and she's from Oshawa, actually. I found that out. I went a little bit crazy. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I just love watching those videos, and they look so much fun, and they look like you would feel so powerful doing it. And I know Shimalori and I were friends in elementary school, and we reconnected actually through SameBrain because we were on a couple episodes together. Yeah. And so just through rekindling a little bit, she's very much in the fashion industry. Like, it's something that she does. And I told her just sporadically, I was like, oh, I would love to walk on the runway. And I was hoping she'd say, oh, I know of these shows, you can audition to these, because she's in the know. Instead, this girl goes, we can just make one. And I was like, okay, how? And she's like, well, we would need models, designers, a venue, and then like whatever else she said. I'm like, okay, that seems doable. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then a couple days later, I was like, hey, so you still want to do it? She's like, actually? I'm like, yeah. So we actually, we went through with it, and yeah, it turned out better than I expected.
How did it feel to be the leader, like to lead a team of creatives and models?
It was so wonderful because I learned so much from them, because a lot of them had done modeling before, some of them haven't. So it was just nice to feel like, yes, I was leading it with Shimolori, but it also felt like I wasn't afraid to mess up because I had a team of people who get it, a team of people who've been in the industry, and a team of people who are happy to be part of the show. And it just felt really, really special that I got to make connections with people like that, and people, like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it like now that you did it walk on a runway? Yeah.
Well, now I have pictures of me on the runway, and I'm like, wow, I did that.
Do you what are your thoughts during or before that?
Oh my God, before I was running around like a crazy person, just because we did have a lot of help, and if we didn't have the help that we had, the show would not have happened. However, there was still a lot of things that were just on me and just on Shimolori, and it was just on the two of us, and this was a really big thing that we put onto ourselves. So right before the show was happening, we had everybody doing their jobs, and it was great, but there's still a million other things that needed to get taken care of. So I was just running around like a headless chicken, like panicking and like, oh my God, like what's this could go wrong, this could go wrong. What if this doesn't happen? Why is that looking like that? Why is this not here? And where is this? So once the show actually started, once I put on my dress and my shoes, and Shimolori she had on this, it was like a sparkly pink blazer. It's so beautiful. So once we came out in our in our introductory outfits, and we were on the stage with the mic, I was like, okay, we can relax, because we started the show like with just saying a couple words to everybody. So once that started, I was able to enjoy the show and live in it.
Yeah. What message or energy were you hoping the people would live with?
Anything's possible. I know that's so corny, but you know, if you have ambition and you have drive, and you don't let people tell you that you're not good enough for something, then you can do anything. And maybe the first time you do it, it's not going to be at the extent that you hope for, but at least you did it.
I love that you asked for the questions before. Usually people don't do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's good, because I also know that you guys feel comfortable with the question, because of course, like, I don't want you guys to like,
You're like, oh, I don't want to talk about that.
yeah, of course, because it's your life, and if you want to have something in private, keep something in private. I want you to have it in private, you know? Like,
No, but this is really cool. Like, I showed my boyfriend the questions, and he was like, oh my God, these are good questions. I know.
how did you guys ended up together?
Oh my God. We met on set. And it was for Oliver and Dean's silent film. Do you know Oliver and Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was for their silent film, and I was acting in it, and Gabe was lighting and audio. And so at the end of the shoot, we all went downtown to a bar, and I was like sitting beside him and everything. I'm like, you know, I want to be close to him. And then at the end of the night, Gabe, and Oliver went back to Gabe's apartment, which is down there. And
Oh, he also lives.
I moved into his apartment. Yeah. So, because before I was living in Scarborough.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's far. It's far. So we just ended up spending time together, and then Oliver was there, and we were just having a good time. You know, we were playing Cards Against Humanity, the three of us. And then eventually Oliver was like, hey, I'm gonna go home at 4 a.m. And I'm like, you can't leave me with this guy that I just met today, but okay. And we just hung out together. Like, we didn't, like, nothing happened. We just hung out, and then we just wanted to keep seeing each other, and we did. And now it's been like almost 2 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. Are you seeing anybody? For 3 years. For 2 or 3?
No, almost 2.
Almost 2?
Almost 2.
Wow. Guys, I didn't know that. I feel so weird now. Sorry.
A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah?
Which is like, it's
Well, I
a
haven't
little-
seen you guys post about it, which I feel like is a lot of the reason why people would.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, because people are on their phone all the time, so I feel like.
That's how you realize.
That's how you know.
got there.
Yeah. That's how you're like, oh my god, babe, did you see that they're dating? No. Look.
I love that. I love when I find out stuff about people.
Yeah.
On social media or something.
How did you guys meet?
Okay, so I was doing a birthday video for my grandpa. He was turning 70 years old, and my idea was to find 70 people to wish him happy birthday.
Oh.
And he was outside the school, and I just asked him, and he said yes. And then he invited me to, in third term we do a short film, right?
Yeah.
So he invited me to be like the actress in his short film, and then we started talking. And
He knew what he was doing. I knew what he was doing. I see you.
how do you guys like? Did he ask you like?
Yeah, well, we were going out for, okay, not going out, but we were hanging out for like a month and a half. And we were pretty much dating. But he was waiting until there was like a good time where we were both free for the whole day. We didn't have school and we didn't have work. And then we went down to the harbor front. We walked from our apartment and we walked all the way down to Ossington. And then we kind of made our way back over here. And we were just taking pictures to the city. And then like I knew what he was doing and he knew that I knew what he was doing. But it was just the point of making it official. So yeah, he asked me.
And is he a Swiftie?
A Swift?
I saw a sitcom.
I converted him. Okay. I say that. Okay.
As you should.
He was never like anti Taylor Swift, but I definitely made him appreciate a lot of her songs more because I show him the songs that I really like and the lyrics that resonate a lot with me. And then he just takes that and he's like, wow, okay, like I get where this is coming from. And I also explain to him all the lore. I'm like, right, this is who this song is about and this is what he did. And he's like, oh my God. So it's just it's nice that I get to teach him some Taylor Swift stuff. He really likes Tortured Poets Department.
Oh, it's
He
really.
really likes that album.
What's your favorite album?
Okay. It changes like every year, but right now it's Tortured.
And every circumstance.
Yeah, right now it's Tortured Poets. It used to be Reputation for the longest time. Folklore.
Oh, that's
Folklore.
yeah. Folklore came during the pandemic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember it was my pandemic album.
That was like the peak of pandemic for me was when we got 2 albums from her.
How was the pandemic for you?
I was working, but then when I got laid off, I was in high school still. So I was dealing with that, which sucks,
Yeah.
but it's gonna suck regardless. Yeah. And oh my God, I was in a band in the pandemic. Yeah. Oh, I forgot all of that. I was in a band with my sister and my best friend. I was the songwriter and the singer.
Love.
My sister,
Also, you also sing.
yeah, but not well. I really want to that's one of my goals this year is to get voice lessons, like vocal training, because I really want to be good at it. Because I have so much to say and I have so much to write and I just want to put it in
Oh,
song.
you like to do musical theater or not really?
I like watching musical theater.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do musical theater. I have an appreciation for it, but I know I can't do it.
Okay. Well,
Yet anyway, because I don't have the vocals for it.
oh, it's also a lot of like physical strength, right?
It
Like
is.
training and dancing and.
I would love to do it. But I need to get my vocals in order before I can do that.
Do you prefer the theater or film?
Film.
Film.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually I auditioned. The first thing I auditioned for was Alice in Wonderland in high school. I can play, and I got Alice for my first audition, and that was the thing that made me like. I was like, oh, I can. Okay, give me like a boost of confidence that I needed at 16, and yeah. So I have a special place for theater in my heart, but I'm more of a film person. Yeah.
Did you like your experience at school?
At my high school.
At school, no.
Oh, okay. I was like, fuck no.
So,
It's like, who liked their high school experience? Not me. No, at TFS, it was great because I didn't know anything going into it. Nothing real. And I learned a lot from it because it was like I was a blank canvas. And I went to the school and then I had all the teachers and the my fellow classmates and other actors and writers and people in the film production community, they were just kind of putting their colors on me, and now I'm like this canvas, probably like that. Yeah, so it was I enjoyed it a lot because I learned everything there.
What do you like to write about when you say that you like to the songwriting?
I like writing things that it's the same as when you get to do a character that you can't be in real life, but you get the excuse to do it through film. It's like I can write things that I would never do or that I don't want to see in real life, but I want to see on film, because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to be heartbroken. I don't want anybody to be hurt, but if I put it in film, it's not real.
I also you're very creative.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very creative and you're very passionate when you talk about your craft.
Yeah, I'm like at the edge of my seat. Yeah, well, it's like, what did Robin Williams say in the Dead Poets Society, that movie? It's art and writing and poetry is what keeps us alive.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I feel that when I talk about it, or when other people talk about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love hearing people when they talk about something that they're passionate about. And I see you, so it's like incredible.
Thank you.
How often do you record the sitcom? Do you?
It depends. I think they obviously film a lot more than I do. But for season 1 and 2 of Same Brain, they were filming so they could have 2 episodes out every week. For season, so they hustle. Those guys are so determined and so on it, and they're really inspiring. Like I've learned a lot from them, and I love those guys so much. Like they're my besties. I just threw a birthday party for them because they have the same. Silas is April 27 and Alex is April 28.
Wow.
It was right after the fashion show too. So I was like planning their birthday party. And
how did you guys meet?
Oh my god. Okay, I met Silas on set of Are We Still Friends, which was my first role that was not school. It wasn't a school project. It was just the first thing that I auditioned for. And anyway, but I met Silas on set there, and I think when I met him, he's like, "Hi, I'm Silas." I'm like, "Hi, Silas, I'm Mikyla." And he's like, "I'm from Victoria." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "All right." And then it was the scene. It was the party scene at the house, and then he's just like dancing, like. And then Alex is a mystery to me. I don't know how I met Alex. I think I met him on set of Abyss, which was a silent that we did. I think that's how I met him. I don't know. It's weird. You meet people and you know them and you have them in your life for so long, and then you forget how the hell, like, when the starting point was.
Yeah. How has your idea of success evolved?
Oh, okay. I was thinking about this the other day. Obviously right now there are so many things that I want that seem so far out of reach for me. Like, booking a feature role in a film, or maybe hosting a I don't know. There are so many things that I want to do, but I define success by looking back on myself a couple of years ago. Because when I was 18, what I have right now is all I ever wanted. All I ever wanted was to live in the city. I wanted to be doing creative things. And now I'm living in the city and I'm doing creative things. And so if I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self that, she would be so she'd probably cry. She'd probably be so happy. We'd have a little and so I think it's just important to keep in check with yourself, because now I have these things and it's easy to take them for granted because there are other things that I look for in the future. But I hope at 25 I can look back at me at 22 and be like, I got the things that I wanted when I was 22.
Yeah.
Success. Now what's next? So kind of just following that pattern.
And moving to your personal style, how is your personal style? How would you define?
I can't afford my personal style. So I don't wear my personal style.
I said that God gave me expensive taste, but not the money.
But not that. Yeah, exactly that. I don't know. I like everything, and it just depends on how it gets styled. But I'm still learning a lot about myself, a lot about what I like to wear. Like, since moving to Toronto, I've learned, like, all my friends have different styles, and I take a little bit from everybody I know. So I don't know. I would just say it's a big mix of the people in my life is my style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has modeling and well the fashion show changed your perspective in fashion or how you see fashion?
I I don't like I didn't know a lot about it going into it. In COVID, I was designing a lot of clothes and making clothes, but I just think fashion is people's energy. Like two people could be wearing the exact same outfit, but their attitude and their energy can make a completely different look.
Yes.
So I just feel like the way you wear your clothes is how the clothes look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Met Gala?
I didn't. I was I didn't. It was on and I was like, I'm gonna watch it, and then I missed it. But I saw the looks, yeah.
Yeah, I usually do the same. I go and see the looks because I feel like in the Met Gala, it's the opportunity for people to be risky. So I love when they go all in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They could be absurd.
yeah,
Yeah. I liked Sabrina Carpenter's look.
she's always very on point with the fashion. Like she had like a constant style.
Yeah. I saw her she was talking about her designer, I can't remember who it was, but she was like they said, "Oh, you're short, so no pants for you." So she she wore like a whatever it was, like a bodysuit.
Do you
Yeah.
think that fashion can be empowering?
Yeah. I think fashion is empowering. Yeah, I just feel like, yes, I feel like, what you put on is like how you're feeling for the day. Cause I know so many people say that. They're like, how I'm feeling is what I wear.
Yeah.
And so if you're wanting to not feel empowering, then you're not going to put on your best look. You're going to probably put on sweatpants. But if you want to feel empowering, you can just put on clothes that make you feel empowering. So I'd be like, yeah.
Today, what does beautiful means to you?
Oh my God, that's such a good question. I don't know. Just whatever makes people feel beautiful inside. I think if you feel beautiful, you admit that energy, and people just want to be around that. So I think how whatever makes you feel beautiful is what beauty is.
I love that. And well, what's the thing you're the proudest of
Of all my work.
about about Kyla?
Oh, about Mikyla. Well,
Where does your name comes from?
my name. Okay, that's actually an interesting story. My dad came up with my name. Well, he didn't come up with it, but he had a brother when he was growing up that had a group of friends, and I think he knew somebody named Mikyla for a day, and then they just met in passing. He was like, "Oh, this is my friend. Her name was Mikyla." And my dad's like, "Oh, okay," and then he just kept that name in the back of his pocket, and I think that was when he was like 15. He's been holding on to that name, and now it's my
Okay.
now it's my name. He gave me my first and my middle name, so Mikyla Hope both came from him, and I guess Warner. So my dad full thing. Yeah, but I don't know where it comes from. I don't know what the background of my name is. I just know that my dad just met somebody for a second once when he was young, and then kept that name.
Right.
Yeah.
And well, what's the thing you're the proudest of?
No, that's so hard. You know what? I'm proud of myself. I think the biggest thing that I'm proud of myself for is putting myself through school, because after I graduated high school, I was working full time at Winners, which sounds great. It wasn't great. And I was doing that for like 3 or 4 years, and I just saved up everything that I made to be able to put myself through school. And I did. And that wasn't easy, and now I'm broke. but it's something that I did for myself. Like, that it wasn't easy, and it was a lot of long nights and just feeling like that time in my life when I was working, I had no other creative aspects going on. So it was just so draining, but what it's given me is so worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for doing this. And if you can let us know where we can find you on social media.
Yeah.
Also the sitcom as well.
Yeah. Okay, so go to SameBrainSkits on YouTube. You won't regret it. You better do it. I'll be watching. I'll be paying attention. And then my Instagram is just Mikyla.Warner. I don't think I have any other socials. TikTok. Oh, TikTok is my lucky number is 4, but that's just I'm not really on there.
When is your birthday?
January 4.
Okay, then That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, but 4 is my lucky number and my unlucky number. Like bad things will happen to me if 4 is related to it, or good things. So it keeps my like very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
Bye.